49ers 2025 rookies just practiced for the first time in the NFL. Rookie minicamp, big day here at the facility. And I'll say my first instant reaction, I got to meet Alfred Collins, the second-round pick out of Texas. The guy is very tall. He might not be taller than me. He's officially listed at 6'5". I got 6'5 and a half. I didn't do the exact measurement there, but I could tell that Alfred Collins has a massive wingspan. 85 inches is what it was measured as. That's over 7 feet. So if he stretches his arms from side to side over 7 feet, I understand why this guy had 7 pass breakups at Texas last year. He had almost as many pass breakups as their cornerback, Bergen. So Alfred Collins is going to bring a much needed dimension to this 49ers defense. I saw Mykel Williams too. He's also got great length. If you look at just a slightly shorter wingspan, but the arm length for Mykel Williams is not far off. These guys have arm lengths in between 34 and 35 inches, and it's very clear that the 49ers were going for premier length with these new defensive linemen. They want to power the pocket backwards, and even if they don't quite get to the QB, because QBs have quick releases and offenses are designed to get the ball out quickly, they want to be able to bat down some passes. Alfred Collins is definitely somebody who's able to do that, who has done that at the college level for the 49ers. And when I got to meet him today, when I got to see him on that practice field, what was it impressive. The 49ers definitely do have some length along that defensive line. They didn't have pads on at practice today, so anybody who's trying to evaluate this to a deeper level than just the measurements and what the 49ers can project these players at is probably making stuff up. So we have to focus on where that player might be able to help once the pads do come on. And I can tell you from meeting Alfred Collins today, from meeting Mykel Williams right after the draft, right after the 49ers picked him at number 11, they definitely do have some length that these guys have converted to power on their college tape, and 49ers will look forward to that as part of their D-line renovation. Also talked to Junior Bergen today. Bergen is not a big guy, but he's got a very confident personality. Bergen, coming out of the University of Montana, I think he's about 5'9", maybe 5'10", as a return man. He said that his goal, somebody asked him about his goal now that he's in an NFL building, is it to make an NFL roster? He straight up said, my goal is to make the Hall of Fame. How about that? Straight up wants to make the Hall of Fame. He ran into Christian McCaffrey in the hallway after he arrived here at rookie minicamp and said that he was a little bit starstruck, had watched a lot of McCaffrey back at Stanford, back with the Panthers, obviously with the 49ers. And Junior Bergen, former running back for Montana, so running back turned receiver who's a punt return specialist. He takes that running back skill set, the ability to run. I think that you all have a different kind of spatial awareness that you pick up as a receiver, so I think he combines those two well. Had the FCS record with 8 punt returns for a touchdown, so I don't think that Bergen should be scoffed at. Talked to a bunch of different 49ers rookies today. One of them was Isaiah Neyor. Oh boy, Isaiah Neyor. I'm just looking at my notes here today from the interviews that we had. Isaiah Neyor on the field. The 49ers are in shorts right now, right? The pads aren't going to come on until training camp. So the guys who are truly built, those are the guys who are going to stand out right now. The pads aren't on yet. And, the one thing that you just want to notice is physically, how are some of these players looking? Isaiah Neyor at 6'4", 218 pounds, you immediately look at this guy and say he should be able to block, and he can block, and we've seen some of it on tape, but to develop him at the NFL level, I think he'll be able to really be a physical force for the 49ers. The way Jawan Jennings, also a bigger receiver at 6'3", has been able to be that, but Isaiah Neyor, the reason the 49ers love his potential is because he is 4.4 speed, 4.40 speed. We're not talking 4.45. We're not talking 4.41. We're talking 4.40 speed for Isaiah Neyor. And, measurables that are just off the charts. did have consistency issues in college, but there was a connection between him and the 49ers that allowed them to get him an undrafted free agency, and that's Andrew Hayes-Stoker. Andrew Hayes-Stoker, the 49ers assistant wide receivers coach, used to be the wide receivers coach at Illinois, and he actually recruited Isaiah Neyor to Illinois. Now, Neyor went to Wyoming, then he went to Texas, then he went to Nebraska, so he didn't go to Illinois, but he did develop a good relationship with Andrew Hayes-Stoker, and I think that paid off in the 49ers' pursuit to get Isaiah Neyor, who Dane Brugler called potentially the best athlete in the 2025 draft class. I think that really helped the 49ers land this receiver prospect. So it was interesting to see him out on that practice field today. A lot of tryouts for the 49ers. Kenny Almendarez was the only kicker who tried out for San Francisco. They'll have to open up a roster spot to sign him. They're going to sign somebody at some point here to compete with Jake Moody. Previously, it had been indicated that it'd be a veteran for the 49ers, but it might end up being Almendarez if they liked everything that they saw from him this weekend. Remember that this is a practice in shorts. This is not something to overly analyze as far as, oh my God, here's how the 11-on-11 looked. And, this is a rookie minicamp. This is to get guys acclimated. We got to see several of these players on the field. We've gotten to meet them over the course of the past couple days. Nick Martin yesterday came in with his shark slippers, obviously very comfortable in his own skin. All of these guys seem to have personalities that mesh well with each other. I think the 49ers try to make that a point during the pre-draft selection process. A lot of them flew in at the same time on Thursday and then took a shuttle down from the airport. CJ West, the defensive tackle, he looks stout. He looks like a guy who could step in and get some push for the 49ers right away. He was really, he commanded the inside of that defensive line when he was at Indiana. CJ West was part of that shuttle that came down from SFO. And a few, I think Nick Martin was part of that as well. A few of those guys were really able to start bonding on their way to the facility where they hit the practice field for the first time today. Jordan Watkins, the receiver, is wearing number 17 for right now. Not the biggest guy, but he can move. I thought that, you see the 40 time, and then you see him on the practice field, and he is a player who the 49ers hope will be able to stretch defenses with the speed that he does bring to the table. No Curtis Rourke, and we expected this on the practice field for the 49ers, at least participating on the practice field. That's the quarterback. They picked him in the 7th round, but Curtis is still rehabbing from the knee surgery that he underwent in January. He might redshirt this year. We'll see what the plan is for him. I think the 49ers need a little bit more information as time progresses. And then, a lot of you probably interested to hear about Connor Colby, offensive lineman, no-nonsense guy from Iowa. We talked to him right before practice today, and my bold prediction, and I'll leave you guys with this, my first practice report of the 2025 season. I think Connor Colby is going to draw a starting position sooner rather than later, and I think it's going to happen in this 2025 season. 49ers have a need at guard. Maybe Ben Barch is going to step up and secure that left guard spot in airtight fashion. Maybe Nick Zakelj will, but Colby's athletic profile really good. It actually matches Nick Zakel's in a lot of ways. I think he could step up and grab that spot. And with Dominic Pooney on the other side, that could really fortify the spots around Jake Brendel in the middle of this 49ers line. So that's what the practice field looked like today. First 49ers rookie practice in the books. Next step, OTAs. That means the veterans, the big guns, are going to be coming out for that. Then we're going to get to see the entire 49ers squad in practice action for the first time this season. Like and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon from the helmet. This is an iconic helmet update. See you guys.